Sports players are consistently among the hot topic. Welcome to Athletic Primestars. Talking about NBA players, they do have an excellent reputation all around the world. So hello people, we're back with another video titled 10 horrifying stories of NBA players that got robbed. Wait, that actually happened. When Magic Johnson and the president of the Lakers was fined $50,000 for complimenting Giannis Antetokounmpo. And then again, we got a glimpse of the horrifying stories of our NBA players that actually got robbed. So, let's dive into the video. It's alluring to live the life of such an NBA champion. Wealth, popularity, and all the other advantages that come with that. However, regardless of whether they're good or evil, fame and wealth attract those who aspire to be them. But are these sportsmen at fault, or is it the media industry? Is it the media's job to keep bringing up NBA players as wages in the public all the time? If so, how does it benefit basketball players and fans? The answer is no, but it's advantageous to the media, possibly to the detriment of the athletes or those who closely watch these people. Because they're astute and have absolutely nothing to lose, some people are willing to make NBA players conspicuous prey. Let's look at the individuals who are victimized by theft. Chris Bosh has had an extremely lucrative NBA career, earning almost $80 million. Because of this, he was an obvious target for theft. In 2013, Chris and his wife left their children with a housekeeper while they went on to celebrate his 29th birthday downtown. When they returned home, they discovered that everything had been destroyed. Everything in his wife's closet was removed. Chris spent nearly $500,000 on everything, including jewelry and other goods. The genuine part was the only thing left after the robbery saved his championship trophy. Interestingly, despite it being sitting openly, the criminals paid no attention to it. Whoever created this was either well respected in his field or simply too blind to notice this priceless trophy lying around. Lou Williams quite frequently found himself in the news when he started playing in the NBA in 2005. On Christmas Eve in 2011 though, while Lou was heading out to get a haircut in his hometown of Philadelphia, a mysterious thing happened. He frequently explains that the most bizarre event was clipping his afro hair in a particular city area since they do it better. Despite being in a high-crime neighborhood, Lou was staring at his phone when he heard a knock on the window and stopped at the red light. When he looked up, he saw a weapon aimed at him. The armed man demanded that Lou must leave his vehicle. Lou claimed that he hesitated and muttered, "Huh," at which point the armed man recognized him and stated, "Lou, can't even do it to you." He continued to recount the robber's exploits. The robber said that he had just been released from prison and that his only means of transportation was by way of bus. After making a quick decision, he offered him lunch from the nearby McDonald's. Allen Iverson's journey has been challenging. He earned millions playing in the NBA, but his lousy spending habits caused him to lose everything. After his bankruptcy, he started to get back on his feet, but in late January 2020, he was robbed at gunpoint and lost close to $500,000. When his belongings were taken in the hotel lobby in Philadelphia, Allen Iverson was eating food at the establishment. CCTV footage helped police identify the perpetrator as a 20-year-old slender black man. Nonetheless, both the suspect and the bag were handed in. The bag with the valuables inside was returned to the player, and it was indeed nothing short of a miracle. Over his career, Nicky Young was able to earn $10 million, but he also experienced two tragic thefts. Nick was robbed for the first time in 2014 while living in the Los Angeles suburb of Sherman Oaks. One evening, he was enjoying a game outside when a robber broke into his house. He escaped with $100,000 in the form of jewelry, purses, and Yeezy sneakers. Nick claimed that they captured him and took his Yeezys after the heist. Nick believed it to be an isolated incident and that it was simply a coincidence that it happened to him again. At a $3.4 million Tarzana villa on the outskirts of Los Angeles, Nick was robbed a second time. When Nick returned to his home after participating in an all-star game in New Orleans, he discovered that he had lost a significant amount of jewelry, clothing, and other stuff from his home. He has endured several significant setbacks in his life. He has a fantastic shoe collection, which could be why, but they also broke into Selena's house when she lived there before him. Richard Fisher in the NBA. Derrick Fisher and Kobe Bryant both had incredible careers. The pinnacle of his career was winning 5 NBA championships. At the beginning of 2017, this gave him enormous wealth, money, and evil eyes. When Derrick Fisher returned home, his house had been broken into and many things had been taken. Cash, bags of clothing, jewels, and, sadly, his 5 championship rings were among the items taken. This information was revealed in a statement. Fisher lost items totaling $300,000 worth as a result of this. He was sad about the rings he lost, not just because they were expensive, but because they had emotional value. In his career, Anthony Walker earned close to $110 million. He became a prime target as a result at the time. In 2000, Walker was playing video games at home when he heard a commotion coming from his patio. A man stormed inside his house and held him at gunpoint as he turned around to see what was happening. Walker complied with the robber's request to be brought to the location where he stored all the pricey items. The robber was successful in amassing goods worth $100,000 as a result. Draymond Green was mugged in February 2022. Draymond Green, an NBA player, expressed his anger following Super Bowl 56 at SoFi Stadium. Being angry is so frequently the initial response for numerous people. Draymond's Los Angeles home was burglarized and $1 million was stolen. Watches, gems, and other items belonging to Green were taken. According to law enforcement, the event occurred during this time at the Super Bowl when the Los Angeles Rams won 23-20 over the Cincinnati Bengals. Draymond found his house had been smashed into when he got home. During the 1988-1989 season, Michael Jordan was robbed. During that season, Jordan appeared to be the MVP frontrunner by a wide margin. His earnest shot 53% from the field and averaged 32.5 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 2.9 steals, and 0.8 blocks in just over 40 minutes per game. It was just one of his illustrious career's top statistical stat lines. As if that weren't enough, Jordan also earned spots on the first teams of the All-NBA and All-Defensive Leagues. Magic Johnson won the award despite averaging 10 fewer points per game and finishing below Jordan in terms of field goal percentage, rebounds, thefts, and blocks. Charles Barkley was outdone in the 1989-90 season. The round mound of rebound, an opinionated NBA pundit and Hall of Famer, was a formidable force when he played. In 1993, he guided the Phoenix Suns to the NBA Finals before losing to Michael Jordan's Chicago Bulls in 6 matches. Positively, Barkley received the MVP award for the initial and only time in his professional career. However, Barkley enjoyed many seasons as the top forward with the Philadelphia 76ers until signing with the Suns. Sir Charles averaged 25.2 points per game, 11.5 rebounds, 3.9 assists, 1.9 steals, and a 60% field goal percentage in the 1989-90 season. Nevertheless, Magic Johnson won the prize for a 3rd season, actually scoring at a rate of 22.3 points per game and a 48% of field goals. And lastly, during the 1996-1997 campaign, Michael Jordan was again robbed. Michael Jordan, perhaps the best basketball player of all time, is the lucky recipient of 5 NBA MVP medals. But he could have added even more hardware to his trophy cabinet. Jordan dominated the league in goals scored and captured the 5th of his 6th NBA titles during the 1996-97 campaign. He accomplished this by recording a game average of 29.6 points, 5.9 rebounds, 4.3 assists, and 1.7